we need to remove this thing in people's head that having very big boobs is something normal. No. We need to cut off that trail of thought, and people should come and understand that gigantomastia is indeed a condition that can be treated.
You know, in school we're playing together and we were, nitakupiga hiyo matiti zako kubwa. And you're like, kwani matiti zangu ziko na shida? You don't have a solution, and there's no one you can go and talk to in the first place. Especially when you come from a family, especially for our generation, I understand in our generation that you could not talk about your body. You could not talk about what you are going through. It's just you and yourself. Umia tu na maisha yako na shida zako. So you're like, hey.
Hi and welcome to Shared Moments with Justus. I'm so happy to see you, and it's been a while since I sat here really to be part of the conversation, and I'm just excited because tonight is a different one. I'm joined by three ladies, beautiful ladies, because they have an amazing story and you just want to listen to them all night. So allow me to introduce them, or rather allow them to introduce themselves to us. But of course you've met Makena before. If you haven't, you need to check the playlist, the stories we've done before. We've covered her story on Shared Moments with Justus. And she has not just shared her story, but she has gone an extra mile to find other women who have the same struggle that she had and try to provide assistance and help, or lead them at least to where they can get help. She's done an amazing job. She'll be sharing even the statistics of how many women she has, assisted. And two of them are here with us. This is Anastasia and Olga. How are you guys feeling?
Good.
Makena vipi?
Thank you, Justus. I'm humbled. And also
karibu.
Thank you for having us. Yes, now I think I will just dive right into it.
Yeah, let's dive into it. Why are you here? Because wewe tulikuwa na wewe tushapeana story yako. Umerudi kufanya nini?
Sasa mimi nimekuja kuleta mayenzo wengine sasa waone. Usikona na kama nilikuwa na enjoy kama Coca-Cola ama napanga kama PK,
I know.
So I will just go back just very briefly from my last episode. And welcome to part 2 of Gigantomastia Chronicles. They might not be chronicles, but we are also trying to shout and give out a word to others outside there. As I had previously mentioned, I'd said Gigantomastia Foundation, one of its core business is to raise awareness on gigantomastia. So I will repeat what gigantomastia is. It is a rare breast condition that attacks women and comprises of 3% of their body weight. Okay, so you can imagine the back pains, the discomfort it brings to this lady, not forgetting the stigma, which we will come to at some point. Like, I will also take you back to the story I once gave you when I was here, when I walked into a bra shop and somebody's asking, so, young lady, what are you here to get? I'm like, of course not potatoes, I'm here for bras. And she goes like, you're too big that we have to custom bake you a bra. So gigantomastia is something that, honestly, I'm really trying to make so much noise about it because, one, it is a condition. It is not something that you should sit back and say, oh, unajua shosho yako alikuwa na matiti kama hizo. That time, it's in your lineage. That time, you're not getting bras.
And those are the conversations we hear
exactly,
more often than not.
Unasikia kama shosho wa so and so alikuwa na kama yeye. So what's the big deal? So we need to remove this thing in people's head that having very big boobs is something normal. No. We need to cut off that trail of thought, and people should come and understand that gigantomastia is indeed a condition that can be treated. And more so, I'm proud to say that our plastic surgeons in Kenya, wanafuatolewe mkono sasa, bro. Daktari anasimama hapo anatoa matiti 8 kilos. 9.5 kilo tano is no joke.
Wow.
Yes, it is a condition.
The beautiful part is what you have finished with.
Yes.
That this is not just a condition, but it's one that has treatment.
Exactly.
And that is why these two beautiful ladies are here with us. Anastasia.
Yes.
How was it 2 weeks ago? Because I understand it's just been about 14 days since you had the surgery to lose quite some weight off your chest.
Yes. It has been affecting my life in all aspects. In all aspects. When you wake up in the morning, when you are sleeping, when you're walking, when you're doing everything, it is there to affect it. Because I love going to the gym. And when I go to the gym, I can stay there maybe not more than 10 minutes. Because my back will...
So the weight on your chest was just too much to even get your balance.
Yes, it was too much. Even when you're sleeping, when you're walking, when you're doing everything.
For you, how much kilos did you lose from just that one single surgery?
8 kilos.
Whoa.
Yes.
What do you mean?
8 kilos.
You were walking with 8 kilos on your chest?
Yes, plus what I have now.
Oh.
that's Yes, 8 kilos out. Okay. Just imagine how I felt in the morning after the surgery. It was just like a miracle.
Wow.
Yes.
I can relate to totally what Anastasia is talking about because quite honestly, saya ndo amenipatia kumpe kiasi because me I had 7.3 kilos now, she's at 8. So I can totally relate to how she's feeling. Like just as me, I remember that day when I woke up, I asked for 2 things. Give me socks and take me to the loo. That's it. And I came back and I slept completely. So when you wake up in the morning, you know you're used to waking up the weight is there. Yeah. So and now when you're waking up, you're almost toppling over because the weight is not there anymore.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when you say that a patient gets a new lease of life, it is true because it's like umezaliwa upya. Yeah. It's like so many of your burdens have really been taken away from you mentally and also physically. Yeah. So you can imagine the way Anastasia is saying 8 kilos.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a weight of a baby.
Yes.
A big baby.
A big baby. A baby who is 8 months.
Yes.
Yeah, because a baby gain 1 kilo every month. Yeah. So it's 8 months baby. Yes. Or a backpack, a traveling backpack with the KLM or yeah, they take 8 kilos.
They take 8 kilos.
They take
like the hand
luggage.
Yes,
hand luggage is 8 kilos.
Imagine.
And you're carrying here.
Yes.
All the days of your life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that your experience, Olga?
It was my experience, true. The way she said that you are living, but you are dead inside. Yes. You are just pushing on life. But inside, you are not a human being. Because the kilos you are carrying on your body, until sometimes you find that you become like a disabled person. Like you are always bending, walking, bending. Because all the weight is here from your body, all the weight is here.
Wow.
Yes.
We'll be showing you some of the before and after photos so that you can appreciate this journey really.
Yeah.
And when these ladies talk about, almost becoming disabled because of the weight, it's been a struggle. And so let me just come back to you, Olga, and to get some context. There's the intervention that came through Makena, but the realization from within that I need a solution for this, how did it happen?
For me to seek a solution was that I discovered that I'm becoming different person every day. Every day I used to carry things, but I could not be able to carry those things I used to carry. Getting tired, I could not do my house chores the way I used to do my house chores. Because all the time when you bend, when you wake up, your back, there's a problem in your body. Tomorrow you'll not wake up you're normal. You'll be a sick person. Maybe your shoulders are hitting, your back is hitting, and everywhere there's a place unaumwa. Yeah, so I discovered that now this is now a problem. But I did not know it's my breast which is causing those pain. To me, I was like, maybe just wait. So people are like, but lose some weight. You have a lot of weight. You need to lose some weight. And then you go ahead and lose weight. But the challenge is, your breast is not getting anywhere. You are small, but how do that one. So, and then what I discovered that all the time, I used to buy bra almost about 2 weeks. Bras of 2 weeks. Because you buy bra, now it's fitting you today very well. Tomorrow, it's smaller.
What do you mean? You mean even at this stage, they were still enlarging?
Yes, they do. They're still enlarging. Yes. you find that you are wearing a bra, but there's some breast still outside.
Yeah.
And you can someone will ask you, na nini umeko matiti hiyo ndani?
You know, I thought that, like you said, because this started, at least for you, when you were just in your teenage. And so maybe at the point where sasa umemaliza adolescent, you now a mature woman, and sasa inafika hapo, it keeps going.
It keeps going, even at this moment.
Yes, it keeps going.
Yes.
You find yourself, now you find that that weight is too heavy, even the bra cannot hold that weight.
Yeah.
Unashona, or you wear two bras.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, unashona, or you wear two bras so that you can support one another. Or in case iraruka kwa barabara, you still have a supportive system inside.
I remember, Makena, you were even saying, you know, even just getting the right size.
Exactly.
Because you are off the...
You've been told you're off the range. So that's why you're thinking. And that's why I'm trying to visualize. You've gone into a shop. And this woman is telling you, you're off the range. We have to custom make a bra for you. So, you know, I juggled my mind like, wait a minute. You're going to sit there in front of a sewing machine. This is one cup size, okay?
What I've been doing.
Yes, you know? This is another cup size. Now, we need to make the strap to be able to carry the weight. Do you know how humiliating that is at the back of your mind? So, you even go like,
And for how long are you going to customize?
Thank you.
If they keep growing?
And it's so costly.
Exactly.
Very costly.
Yes.
Yeah. One bra costs 10,000.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The cheapest, if you take the cheapest material. Yes. Literally. Yes.
And maybe you wear that bra only 1 month, and you need another one.
Yes.
Bigger than that, new one.
Yeah.
Like Justus, I'll take you back to our last episode. And I told you it got to a point, me and Mama Mtumba were BFFs, okay? So it's when akifungua camera, Makena, mali yako iko. So do I have a choice? I'll go. It's the same way I was telling you, there's a patient who came to my office and she was told by a Mtumba vendor, hii kifua tu na hapa. And I'm still repeating what I said the last time. You can imagine. And you know how Mitumba men are. Yani, then they see you. What are you looking for here, even you? Hii kifua iko hapa. Don't even waste our time, please. Songa kama umesonga.
So let's while at it, let's talk about the stigmatization, really, because that's a big issue. We are in a society that is less sensitive and sometimes ignorant of very basic things. You know, you could be surprised, you will be surprised that even the things we are talking about now in this 21st century, it's foreign to a lot of people, yet the information is all over the internet. But we don't want to see it.
Let's not forget there's some people who have very archaic thinking. You know, they're stuck with the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. So it's quite a challenge.
Wow.
Yes.
Anastasia, for you, take me back at 14 years. Because you said that's around the time that, you know, things started looking like, you don't look like the other girls.
No.
You know, take us back then, and how did that really play out, and how did it affect your, socialization, really, your social life,
Okay, at first, I did not think about it myself, because it's something we were learning in class, about puberty and changes. Boys and girls, they have this and this and these changes. So this was a normal change for a girl who is 14 years. And then here comes the people who should protect you. They're even telling you on your face. They're not telling somebody else. They're telling it on your face. I have 2 or 3 examples. Yes. And the 2 is a couple. Is my auntie and her uncle, and my uncle, her husband. I will start with my teacher. My teacher, we were in a closing assembly after we took our report cards, and he just said, and next year we want these small people, not these big people with the mountains on their chest.
So by big people, he was referring to you,
me, yes.
And small people.
Yeah, because I was behind the small person was here, and I was behind the.
So the small person was a girl your age.
Yes, my age. Yeah, my age. But me, I look older because maybe I've developed. I'm big. I'm having the mountains, he said, and that really teared me. Yeah, and then the second, these 2 couple, it was not at all, at the same time. I think maybe it's something they discussed on the because I went to visit my aunt here in Nairobi, and my uncle called and he said to my auntie, even that in Kikuyu, ona wa manyodo eko, yeah. And even this with my boobs is there, yeah, literally. Oh, and my aunt told me. Then I was saying, okay, no, what to do? And then on another occasion, that is the husband, that is a man taking like that. And you know, men are very good. They're not the people who throw shades, you know. Mm-hmm. But this maybe is something they had discussed, because the wife was said that she said to me on my face, do you know, Anastasia, you'll never get married. You'll never get a husband. You'll never. You just need to find an older person, even if he's married. You just stick with him, and you know that the year that I finished these two occasions, it's the year I finished my Form 4. Yes, I was 19.
You just, you know, at your prime
age,
trying to,
yes,
you know,
You're trying to understand your
your
personality.
Yeah.
Then imagine your auntie's on phone with your uncle. Please say it again.
Oh, now I'm a nyodo. We have never forgotten that.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
How did those statements at that time make you feel, or what did they subject you to?
They subjected me to now seeing I will never date my age mate.
Yeah.
You started believing those words.
I believed. Yeah. Yes, because this is my auntie who is telling me, so she knows. Okay, and you know, at that time you're so naive. You're trying to reach. You're trying to make things work. Because at that time already, I was 19, 20 there. You know, that is the time you unajituma. You want to make end meet. You know, and it was totally. Now that is home, and now when you come to the outside world. It's difficult. It was difficult. Yeah, because even walking on the street as a young person, because you'll wear as a young person. When I became a bit older, it was not so difficult as a young person. Because when you're walking anywhere, everybody will turn on you. Everybody will turn on you. My mother has been fighting for me every time. We go everywhere and say, huyu anakuangalia nini? Because I could see it is affecting her even much more than it is affecting me. Wow. Yes. Yeah.
For Olga, for you, what are some of the highlights, the worst moments you can think of, you know, that you've been subjected to because of a condition that you have no control over?
First, I had two surnames, Brookside.
Yeah.
KCC.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Those are the names which I remember. Yes. I remember all my 15 years has been Brookside and KCC. Yeah. And it was so sad the way she's saying the first stigma is from the family.
Yes.
Some will talk in your face, some will talk in your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
That is the talk of the city.
And some will tell you, I think you need to change your family planning.
Oh.
Yes. That's a family circle. Others will tell you now, wanaume wengi wanakushika hiyo matiti zako.
Yeah.
Ama wananyonya hizo matiti zako. And you're like, what are you talking about? Because you don't, and because I don't want to offend someone or to return. Because tutapigana. Because you remember when you're in that situation, people have hurt you a lot. You are always upset.
Yes.
You are always, wherever you go, you are upset.
You're on defense mode
yes.
as well.
All the time.
You just want to fight as well.
Yes. You are ready to fight. Yes. And because you know these people will always win the fight.
Yes.
They'll use that weapon.
Yeah.
To
always
attack you with it. I remember for me to understand to ask myself what is the problem with me is when I was in school. And then there's this guy, we are playing, you know, in school we're playing together and we were like, nitakupiga hiyo matiti zako kubwa.
So, yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, kwani matiti zangu ziko na shida?
Yeah.
You know, you don't have a solution and there's no one you can go and talk to in the first place. Especially when you come from a family, especially for our generation, I understand enough generation that you could not talk about your body. You could not talk about what you are going through. It's just you and yourself. Umia tu na maisha yako na shida zako. So you're like, and then you are wearing book top and someone will tell you, ama hizo book top ndio zinakufanya unamea matiti kubwa kubwa. Zinafanya unamea matiti, yani zinaongeza matiti. Book tops. That's what you used to do. So you are told, nunua brocha na book top. Book top zinafanya matiti inamea.
From very small things like statements that sound innocent, targeted to someone who is already struggling with identity and other things, I think it can have a lifelong impact or consequences to a lot of people. So things that sometimes we take for granted and we just throw words without really thinking twice about, and we assume that since me, I don't know how it feels like to have, like, you know, someone telling ati nitakupiga hizo, honestly. You know, of course, kids can be anything.
Exactly.
But again, we can't just say that and keep quiet and leave it at that. Even kids can be trained. You know. So the things that you people have had to go through should end with your generation.
Yes, true.
You know, and that is why we are here to talk about it. You know. So it's really unfortunate that even as we share, there's someone who is still going through emotional abuse because of the size of their breasts from people who have no idea what it feels.
I'd love to reiterate what Olga said. You're alive, but you're dead. You understand? So how is that affecting you? You're emotionally drained. How is your mind mentally? How are you psychologically? And how are you emotionally? Aside from all this pain combined, now there's the physical pain of my back is paining, my neck is paining, my shoulder is paining. So you can see this, just as there's this whole cocktail of emotions going on in your body, from your mental state, psychologically, emotionally, and then we go to what Anastasia is saying. There's this banter, there are these backbiters, there are these people who are supposed to protect you. If her own watakumaliza. If your own uncle can pick and ask, is so and so, not even mention you by your name, by your identity has become your big breast. Wamanyodo, aiku, is she there? That is a man. What about this teacher calling her mountains? And maybe even he has daughters at home.
She had.
You understand?
He had,
And also, sorry to digress, Gigantomastia, and I always say, should be addressed holistically, from the homes to the schools and to families. You understand? If you're at home and this is an uncle or an auntie talking about you like that, then you go to school, lo and behold, the teacher is saying you have mountains. What is that doing to that young person? You know? You can even find some women already giving up, or young girls already giving up, even before they get to these ages. You see? So it is a society where I normally say, be your sister's keeper. That is why I, as Makena, I had my surgery done 12 years ago. And I went making noise all over. Love me, hate me, but take me as I am. If probably I did not talk about this Gigantomastia, would you know about it?
No.
What if I went home and I was like, so,
in fact, I could have not known there's something like that. I came to know because of Makena. Is my high school friend who just sent me. She just took a screenshot from Instagram, and she sent to me, Anastasia, can you check this and this? It looks like it can help you. I sap, not even 2 seconds. I inboxed Makena. 1 second I did not take. I just checked the page and said, no. Oh my God.
But you see,
at once.
For you, Anastasia, it's even more, I don't know which is the
But best. I had gone through a struggle. But the last thing, the last struggle, a lot of struggles, the last thing is that I missed job. I did not go to work for 2 months. 2 good months. I could not work because I work a lot. So my back was totally kaput, finished. I could not do anything else. I stayed at home for 2 months. And now my husband said, no, this is we need to work on it. As much as I love this Big boobs.
It's high time we say goodbye. It's high time we say
He accepted,
And now, Justus, I also like what Anastasia has said. Nyinyi wanaume, you men, yes, okay? You need to hold these women's hands, spouses especially. I can say from experience how many women have walked into my office, Justus, matiti ziko hapa. But I have to go and ask my husband.
Yes.
I have to go and consult with my family. I have to go and talk to my boyfriend. Really? Yet, you're coming here and you're also crying to me that my back, my shoulder, try and help me. You know, when you have made a decision that you are coming in for this thing, it stops about being the society, it stops about being your spouse, it trickles down to you. It is self-love as well, okay? And sometimes I find like young girls, and this is a message I want to send out today, what you see on our pages, do not take it for granted, because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, which is the surgery. And the surgery is not child's play. Fine, today you'll see I've gone in with Anastasia and I've given her flowers and we are talking and she's smiling. But what have we done behind the scenes? Have we prepared the patient psychologically? Does the patient know what to expect as even before she approaches the theater door? You understand? It is a procedure. So you'll find, like, I'll speak from experience, somebody is chatting you constantly, asking you, what is the price? What is what? What is what? You know, sometimes I feel like SMSing and saying, my dear, here, we're not going to a slaughterhouse, or we are not going, it is not child's play. As it is, this is your life, it is a process, and it is your life that is going to be on a table. That is why procedure, a breast reduction, let's not take what we see at face value for granted. You understand? There's also your life that is coming on the table as well. Take your time to digest the process.
I mean, I like the way you're bringing it up, because I think, again, some of these fears are informed by the fact that when someone is used to a way of doing things for quite some time, almost all their life, they almost, don't appreciate solutions.
Thank you, exactly.
Because you start defining yourself with your problems. And, calling yourself by your problems.
Exactly.
Until now a solution sounds like a strange thing.
Exactly.
It's a bother.
You are married to that problem. And another one is that for if you are not married, people want to date you not because they want you. They just what is appearing. They just want to taste,
to experience this big.
What is this?
Yeah, it's true. By the way,
they commodify.
Yes. A lot. You'll think that you're so attractive, but they just want to experience this big and then finish.
It doesn't go beyond looking your face. It just ends at your boobs. Like, just as I'll be honest, when I had my boobs, those days when I was still young, at 25, you could even find in school and you're seated in the cafeteria, people are talking to you, like, but dudes are just like, so mpaka you're like, hey, hello, there's a face beyond my breast, there's something on my above my neck, which is my face. So you can imagine, just as mpaka it gets to a point, you go to school, you're just in a hoodie, so that let's talk.
You cover yourself to be equal.
Exactly.
Around.
For the last 2 weeks, I have been at peace totally, that you're walking, nobody's looking at you. They even don't notice. If you ask them, what color of a shoe or a dress is it? No, like, yes. Yes.
You know what's interesting, Anastasia, especially for you, you would imagine, or someone would be forgiven to imagine that those who would be struggling with these things are women in the village and all that. But you guys are, very exposed.
Yes.
You work in the my goodness. You're in the medical world field, so to speak.
Yes.
And yet it has taken you how many years to get to
decide?
Yes.
Or to get the treatment.
The solution.
The solution. It has taken a long time. Since I started thinking about it, I was in my 20s, in fact. And now I'm in my 30s.
What I loved about Anastasia, the first time she came to my office, So I'm taking her through the process, and she's just listening. And then Anastasia was just looking. When you walk into the office, there are photos, so she's just looking at those photos. Then she asked me, "That this chick is that chick?" Because they're before and afters. I'm like, "Yeah." This one is that one. Yeah. She's like, "Say no more. I'm coming for the surgery."
Yes, I decided at
she
once.
just decided at once.
At once.
And I told her, in fact, the way she gave me the response, I almost panicked. I was like, "My dear, it's not a rush decision."
Yeah, she told me that.
It's not a just
mentally.
just go and think about it. So she's like, "What is there to think about anymore?" And my mind is definitely made up. That is it.
Yes.
Yet on the flip side, Justus, you will find others during a consultation, they're on their phones. And you're explaining the process. I will even talk about some frustrations that probably I go through. Then the patient will leave the office and go. Let me tell you, after 2 hours, Makena, what did you tell me the healing period is? Makena, you said it's how many hours? Then you'll sit and ask yourself, where was this patient's mind when we're explaining or walking you through the journey? You understand? Those are some of the challenges that I go through. You can imagine how many patients can hit me up in a day. And yet you have come for consultation, Justus, but yours is, Nahi, how will I attend to a patient who's the keen like Anastasia, we want to set the ball rolling. Because she came in, and that is why I'm saying there's something before surgery and after surgery. So when you're coming in even to look for this assistance, please, let your mind be there for you to understand that this is your life that is probably in somebody else's hands, okay? So we're willing to walk the journey with you. But you as a patient, what support are you giving yourself? You understand? It also plays a very big role. Yes.
Another thing for saying that she's in medic, I remember when I discovered through Nani Makena the situation, I have my cousin, she's in medic. And actually my cousin told me, she's the one who told me that hizi matitis, you are not from wesi wa damu yetu. Kwa sababu kwa damu yetu, no one has big breast. And when I discovered about through Makena, I asked myself, I thought my cousin, she's in medical. She's the one who need to tell me this is a problem. To guide me this is a problem. But she's now the one she was attacking me first in the first place in the family. She could attack me everywhere the way she feels. And for me now in Kafikamari, I was, that's her way. But so I don't know if it's that education, the knowledge behind it. Most of even the people in the medical, most of them, they don't know this situation. Because I believe the only person who was struggling apart from me was my mom. She didn't know what to do. You know, your mom look at you now, what can I? Yes, how can I help my daughter? And she's going through and she know how the whole shame you go through. You when you go to wear a dress, you have never wear a tight, nice dress. You have to look for something which is over. You have to cover birth here first. Ndo sasa fikiria huku chini kutakaje sasa. Those are the kind of things. And you'll see your parents when you passing some kwa matatu. Hey, mother. Umebeba.
Na saizi uko 20.
Imagine.
Yes.
You are 20 years. And I remember sometimes you go to the party with your age mate. And your age people will tell you, na wewe mama unafanya nini na watoto?
Exactly.
Those are your age mates. But people see you like mama. Unakaa na watoto wengine unafanya na watoto. And it makes your emotion, your steam goes down kabisa. Yani ile flat.
Let's talk about the beautiful part.
Yes. We've had so much of the suffering behind
and
it.
which is now, I think, the transformation that we are, brings us here.
Yes.
And Makena, when you got your healing, I'm calling it healing, when you went through this process and you realized that it is what you needed really for all the time you were suffering, you didn't just keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
You went out of your way and made it your business.
My business, yes.
To look for other women.
And
to shout about it.
Yes.
And to inform and educate the rest of us.
Yes, that there's
about
something called Gigantomastia.
Gigantomastia.
Actually, I'd want to reiterate something Olga said. You see, I don't know, and I'm surprised she's also mentioned it today, and not that we had even exchanged notes, and she also said it. when you have gigantomastia, I think it's automatic that you develop a very strong defense mechanism.
Yes.
Because you see, just as you come into a space whereby, even if somebody is coming to give you a genuine compliment, like probably your hair looks nice, the first thing that comes to your head is like, huyu anakuja kuniuliza juu ya matiti zangu.
Yes.
So you are just ready to attack that person.
Yes.
Okay? So though that I brought it up today, I was like, I guess I was the only one who had a strong defense mechanism. But I'm seeing it with these other ladies, you know. So that's way you asked about how does gigantomastia affect somebody. You see, even with the defense mechanism, of course, you develop a certain personality.
And you can end up actually losing out on opportunities.
Yes.
Because you're not giving anyone a chance to even explain and express themselves.
Yes. Exactly. You get so, when you say after the change, I sat back and you see the way Anastasia is saying, even now when she walks, not so many people can even remember that she even had these boobs. Or they can't really tell it's her. So for me, the first thing I think I had to do was put down my guard of that defense mechanism, okay? Because now I don't have these boobs. Now, what am I fighting for, okay? That was my first thing that I had to train my mind. Like, now even if somebody's coming to talk to me, it's something pleasant. You know, we're talking about a whole different array of stories. Number two, now when I got the surgery done, it was the end of my shoulder dislocations. So you see, my big breasts were interlinked with a dislocating shoulder. The third thing, brother, ile t-shirt na top sikuwa naeza kuvaa, my friend. You will just wear your clothes and you will just like, you know, what does that do to your esteem? Though me, I can tell you I didn't have a low self-esteem because I was that guy. Tunamalizana hapa sahi, okay? It also made, I think, even my esteem, I turned like 360 degrees because you find like I'm being such a different person even in my dressing. I'm not limited, okay? I can run, you know, so I'm trying to get to get to, how do I say this, to discover more of who I was than when I was limited with this bust, with this heavy, with this big breast, okay? So after the healing, I also sat and asked myself, there's a niche that has not been spoken about, okay? Like we are having HIV, fistula is the end of the day, breast cancer is the end of the day, you know? There are these things people are talking about, like, you know, in October it's automatic, there's breast cancer awareness. If this month it's automatic, there's fistula we're talking about. Now, it has come to a place where I'm asking, where is this space for gigantomastia? Because women are actually having this condition. But the little noise I'm making probably has been heard by Anastasia, it's been heard by Olga, but it needs to be heard more in the horizons to where I am. So when I started the organization, my first core, and I repeat today, is awareness of this condition. Stop shunning women. Stop treating it as a by the way. Like now, insurance needs to start warming up to this thing and to realize that it is a condition. By the time we're removing 8 kilos from Anastasia, me, I'm sitting here, I'm 7.3. A child who's 13 years old, 9.5. What is so cosmetic about that procedure?
Because it's been categorized
as cosmetic or it is pre-existing. Haikui, it won't kill you. You understand?
Yes.
So we don't find the urgency of us paying for this surgery, okay? And we need to stop this mentality. For insurance to pay for me, I have to have known somebody inside. It is something that should be open from everybody to have this. If we're paying for breast reduction, let's say, fine, we have a policy. We say that all breast reductions across the board, insurance is covering 150. Not totally denying the fact that they're going to pay for this surgery.
How is the cost like, by the way?
The cost is quite high because I always speak from experience. If 12 years ago we were paying 500,000 Kenya shillings, okay? Remember, the cost of living now is becoming unbearable, and the sword is cutting both sides. It's not only to the hospital, but also to the patients. You understand? So insurance is also another tier that should sit down. And sometimes what breaks my heart is the policy makers sitting in these boards are women. And you cannot push the agenda to say that oi, there's this something, that there's this condition that probably we need to look at, okay? You don't, and then you see that the people who are sitting there because they can afford the medication, you don't look at somebody seated on the other side, okay? So that is also another gender that I try and push.
Yeah.
Justus. Now this is the ice-breaking part that I will say today. Huwezi pendwa na kila mtu. Anastasia might come, I might help her. Tomorrow you might come, I might not be able to help you. But does not mean the help has stopped with me. Yeah. There's this noise that is going out there. What even is making me happy more, that more women are coming out of the cocoon of the fact that they could not have this surgery done, or they're so closed down that they can, that they're not, that if you were to talk to a patient like 2 years ago and speak to that patient now, they have opened up to the idea that, hey, this is something that can assist my health or can assist my sheer appearance. So the word that the fact that the word is going out, I'm sure, like, if I give myself another 3 years, I'm sure Gigantomastia won't be something so foreign to enter to a fellow woman, or let's even these men who are having gynecomastia. Yes. So when you ask me what the surgery did, these are the tears, those are the 3 things that it has done for me. And now as I sit, I can say Olga was my Anastasia was patient 298 from when I started having these surgeries done 8 years ago. And I'm not stopping until probably I get to 500 surgeries, and I might just hang my boots. Because maybe I might have served the purpose. But if God keeps me alive until then. So you see, if we're doing 290, I have done 298 surgeries, I think even more from when I started. You can imagine, if this word is pushed to go out more and more, how many surgeries will be able to achieve, even as my foundation and other surgeons who are able to do the surgery. So my main concern is not even the surgery, is the noise that needs to be made out there. The awareness. Wow. Stop shunning these kids, others you're putting them to witch doctors. Yes. The myths that are coming with them. No. The way you're saying, it's high time that this thing needs to end with our generation. So if I'm not the voice, who will be the voice? Yes.
Wow. And you have just given these women and many more a voice that they never had.
Exactly.
Some might never even have the opportunity to come and say that you gave them a voice and even appreciate. But I can assure you, there are millions who will really, as a result of this, what you're calling noise, who will have their lives back.
I remember when after the surgery, you talk to people what happened, where you went to surgery, and there are those people who come to tell you, don't talk about it. What don't talk about it. People don't like hearing people about surgery. That's just your personal life. You don't need to talk about it. Because no, this is not my personal life. I've gone through this situation, and I know there's someone else outside there talking and feeling the same situation to them. So when you talk about it and bring your mouth can put a voice somewhere else.
You are here because someone else talked about it.
Yes, because I heard from someone else.
Why should he shut you?
Yes, and I was like, I'm not going to shut down. I have to talk about it. I have to post in the Facebook. This is what happened to me. I was going through this, and I did not know this is the situation I'm in. And we have solution in Kenya, but we don't have support in our own nation. That's the challenge we're facing. I remember when we were looking for the way to pay them, and we got the NHF or the insurance, and it will write for you non-condition. It is right like that, non-condition. So you are like, what is this non-condition? And this is a condition. Someone is suffering. Someone is going through a lot. And the fact that even these people, they have insurance. They have good money insurance, but insurance cannot pay for that surgery, because in the law of the government and the law of the Kenya, this is non-medical condition. Yeah. So I think we need to be in the place that the government need to loosen up. And not only the government, even the church, the religions. In society, we have that stigma we'll get from society. There's that stigma we'll get from the religion. There's that stigma we'll get from medical life.
Yes, true.
You see, you have grown in the family where, or the society where people are talking a lot about you. This is witchcraft. This is something lineage of where you come from.
Yeah.
It's in the blood. And come maybe even in churches and religions, people are saying, oh, she's sleeping around, she's using yeah, and a lot is going on.
She has done a lot of abortions.
Yes, she has done a lot of abortions.
Yes.
Even my own aunt told me that you have gone through abortion. Yes, and I was like, okay, because now you get in the stage now you cannot even defend yourself.
Yeah,
you just agree with everything people are saying, and now you become married to that situation. You find that all that situation now becomes a part of your life. Whatever people say about you. Yes.
Wow. So one thing you may notice, Anastasia, I don't know if this happened to you as well, that every patient that Makena has worked with, she has worked with them all the way to the doctor's room.
Yeah.
Yani, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
She's obsessed.
Yes.
For her, it's too personal. How was it for you, and what was going through your mind that day or night that it was now your turn to get to the doctor's room?
One thing with Makena, I can say, she's so encouraging. From day one, when I wrote her a message, she was saying, cool down, come slowly, come slowly. She has supported me so much emotionally. Even when I'm at home, because my mother has been there for me from when I came from hospital. And when my call is calling, I know it's Makena. And for sure, it is her. Yeah, she can call 2 or 3, 4 times in a day to check how you're doing, how you're breathing, how you are, everything. Umekula nini? Wacha post something on WhatsApp status. Anasikia wakati delete. That is not what's supposed you to eat now. You're not supposed to eat that now. Yani she's just following up with her patients. Yes.
But for you at that time, were you scared? Much as
a lot, Makena can tell you, I was so scared. And she has had a lot other patients. I found other patients that were neighbors. We were, what is it called? Yeah, next to each other. And they encouraged me. They took me just. They had had the previous night or the previous evening, the surgery. They just started talking to me, and I was asking, are you coming from the surgery? When? Yesterday. Okay, then I started calming down.
And the most interesting part is we try to do these surgeries like in a sequence whereby there's this patient, then the next patient, so that when you walk in, you don't see like it's only you or it's that bad. So now after her surgery, she became the parrot of the hospital.
Yes.
You're going next. Don't worry, you'll be fine. And it happens even with the next patient. Now after she leaves, there's the patient who's come from theater.
Yes.
So, and I'll say just as with time, you go learning so much along the way.
Yes.
Where do I tighten the ropes? Okay, where can I loosen a bit? But with medical, you cannot loosen. Ni kwenda kama unakaza, because we are looking for perfection. And I'm also saying at the end of the day, it's somebody's life. You can't start gambling, okay?
Yes.
So that's why when patients tell me, why must I come physically? So I ask, I don't even know you. I can't see you.
Just tell me.
You can't tell me. What am I telling you? You
Yeah,
know?
I took a flight for 1 week just to come and Makena can see and I stayed here for 1 week in Nairobi and went back.
And by the time she was leaving the door, you could see there's somebody who's comfortable with the information she's been given and the knowledge. You know, we're not guessing or we're not taking chances, because just as I'll tell you, the patients even come with underlying issues. So will I start asking you on phone, ukona diabetes? Ukona ugonjwa roho, you know. We cannot do that, because we have to have some level of professionalism, okay? Because, and I reiterate, this is a surgery, you know. We need to see who is this person who we want to handle or wants to be handled by our team. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
For you, Olga, how was it walking out of that room? Because you walked in with all the weight on your chest. How many kilos did you lose, by the way?
5.5.
5 kilos, 5.5.
Yes.
Wow. So you walked in with 5.5 extra, because you were not meant to have that weight on your chest. And then after how long did the surgery take?
It was about 4 to 5 hours.
Wow. Yes. And now the day or the time you woke up, what was different? What was different apart from, how did you feel?
When I woke up, I remember I asked for water. What else? I was feeling cold, and I wanted something. I just wanted something to cover me. And the doctor, I think the nurse who were taking care for me, so they just, walidunga something, I don't know, because it was my first time in theater. I've never been in theater, by the way. And I slept. You know, it's kind of like Bible is a deep sleep. God gave deep sleep. That's what I went through. Nililala vizuri. I have never slept that way.
That is true.
I have never slept that way. And let me tell you, people are suffering from this condition. They don't sleep well.
True.
They don't sleep. Yes. That's the time now unalala kama
unalala kama mtoto.
Unalala kama mtoto.
Yes.
It was one of the first in 15 years to sleep like I have slept well. The whole night paka saa 2 asubuhi. Hakuna kupenduka umelala uko sawa.
So even sleeping usually is such a big deal.
Yeah, because now I'll get a bit graphic, with your permission, Anastasia.
Yes.
So came her day. So we've gone to theater. So Anastasia was told to lie on the table. And man, I felt bad for my friend.
Yes.
Her boobs just came and slapped her on her face.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And the anesthetist was like, oh my. This is such a deserving patient. So you can imagine, this is day of surgery. What has she been going through on a normal day-to-day basis, okay? Ule ni ule nalala Justus lazima
upange your friends.
If you make a small mistake and okay, on a normal walking,
yes,
I'm just in the making some chores in the house. Utan vibaya. Unalala for 1 week.
Yeah.
Irudi vizuri.
Yes.
Yes. I've been doing that so many times, uncountable times.
Yes.
Yes.
And you even, I remember we were chatting just before this recording, and you were sharing with me some difficulties and fears you had. In fact, you told me that you hardly breastfed your
I
children.
didn't. I didn't.
For the fear of what?
Yeah, for the fear of choking the child.
Yeah,
suffocating. Yeah,
because
suffocating the child.
your breasts
and that
was
that was my mother. My mother told me. I tried 3 to 4 weeks, not more. My last born child, and my mother said no, because after the 9 months, a mother is very tired. So you sleep, and if you breastfeed a child at night and you fall asleep, the baby is gone.
Because that thing
my mom told
the
me
weight
it's
is
heavy.
more than
More than the pillow.
Yeah, more of the baby. One of it.
This is a baby with such a tiny nose.
Yes.
And you've latched.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you fall asleep. What happens?
Yes.
The baby really suffocates.
Yeah.
And now that you brought up an aspect of breastfeeding, Anastasia is speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Many people are like, can I breastfeed after the surgery? Can I breastfeed after the surgery? So I love what she said today. She really wanted to do it, but she could not. Because now it became a life-threatening issue. Is it the breastfeeding or
the life of the child?
Or the life of the child. Yeah. So I normally ask people, what is taking more precedence? Is it your health, how you're feeling, or this child who needs to breastfeed? So the balance is between you as an individual.
Yeah, because there are so many alternatives.
Now
there's
a lot of alternatives. Like personally, those years, I had something called a free nipple graft, whereby they would cut off the nipple, put it aside, reconstruct the breast, and stitch the nipple, okay? Was I going to tell the doctor, wait for me to give birth and so that you can do that surgery? And here is my surgery, this is my shoulder, it's dislocating every other day. My back, my neck. So what took precedence for me? It is this reduction. And the way these ladies are saying, there are more alternatives. Though with time, these surgery techniques have improved. Yeah. We can be able to conceive well and get a child and breastfeed, but probably with little supply. But sometimes I also throw a spanner in the works. What makes you think even without the surgery, you can have milk and continue and breastfeed a child?
Exactly. Have that child.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think even today we've digressed to very many other areas, which I think is important for us to answer. If for somebody probably who is seated somewhere and is asking these questions over and over.
Because they inform, the decision that someone is going to make.
Yes.
Especially, looking at your age, I'm at this stage of my life.
Exactly.
What impact would this...
And another thing is that I think ladies need to love themselves. Don't do it if you are doing for someone. Do for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who's suffering. You are the one who's going through this situation. Not that the other party going through that situation. You are the one. Yeah.
How do we move from here? How much work still needs to be done? Because the issue of cost cannot be, overemphasized.
Yes.
And they are quite, proportionally, those who would wish to have this surgery done and they don't have the money or resources to do it are more than we can even handle.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Yes. Actually, there you're saying, Justus, we still have a long way to go. I'm not, actually, I can't even say I'm quarter there, maybe a third, because maybe of the noise that is starting. But in terms of these surgeries being done, and the way you're saying, we cannot more than emphasize. That is why I'm also, it's my clarion call, like, can the government come in? Can the insurance companies come in? Because it is a need, and it is a niche that needs to be covered. The way you're saying, just as sometimes, like last year, I can say I did 73 surgeries. This is me as Makena. I brought in 73 women alone, okay? What if now there's a force behind it? Like, the insurance is taking up these issues day in, day out, day in, day out. What if the government is saying, now we're going to be paying for a percentage of these surgeries? We can push these numbers. But why is this not happening? Because we have still not given it the push for it to be recognized as a condition. Which that I'm saying we still have, I have still so much to do in terms of policy making and the awareness bit about it, okay? Give or take the way I'm saying, maybe I'm at 300, okay? And that is over 8 years. And I'm trying still to push. But am I the only person who is going to be making this noise, okay? It even gets to a point, you're talking to somebody, they even think you're being rude to them, and you're not being rude to them. It's because of what is going through your mind. There's this one, there's that one, there's that one. And all these people, we need to cater for their needs, okay? So I'm saying there are other hands that need to come in, you see? Like the way breast cancer, there are so many companies that come and even give them sponsoring and what have you. And and also to stop classifying gigantomastia as cosmetic. Because at the end of the day, this is not cosmetic.
It is not.
And also, I'll throw a spanner in the works. Women, we also need to have a balance as to why do I actually need this surgery? Because you can find you're just going for this surgery for cosmetic purposes, and you find you're blocking other people who need this surgery more than you do. There's this honesty that you should also have, okay? You can be going and asking your insurance to come, and clearly you don't have this breast. But there's this lady probably who was as big as Anastasia. She needs it more than somebody else. So these policy makers, they should also come with a tier of how they should know that this patient is worthy of this surgery and it should be catered for. At what point are we starting to cater for these surgeries? Okay? So there's, I'm repeating, we still have, now you ladies, we still have quite a long journey to do, a chunk of work to do, okay? But if I'm doing 73 in a year, you can imagine. Even as I speak now, I'm already at 14 surgeries, and this is 2 months into the year, okay? So it means I need to push these numbers because more and more women are coming on board, okay? So it would be my wish that even now, Gigantomastia is recognized as a day. The way we have AIDS, we have breast cancer, we are having such issues, it should also be brought to the board because it is something, maybe it is new, but it needs a lot of attention to it. It should not be shelved like it's not an issue.
And the steps we are making might look insignificant, but I can assure you, by virtue of having the three of you seated here talking so passionately about these issues in itself is a big step in making sure that we make the progress that is needed. And I'm sure even and we were sharing this, both of you, once you walked out of that room and realized how much life you had just regained as a result of the loss of the weight.
Exactly.
You couldn't just keep quiet. You have been all over the place, and some of you have even been walking in the streets, almost pulling and stopping people randomly, telling them, no, you have a problem, you need help.
Sometimes you need to control yourself because this condition is somehow very sensitive. You cannot just go and approach someone and tell him this is a condition. There's a way you need to go. Like it's a journey.
Yes.
You have to go slowly on this person, tell them now this is how it is. To make friendship fast. Because the way our sister says, all of us, if someone does this, we have a rejection spirit inside us. It's already covering ourselves, protecting ourselves, that thing. Yes.
Yes, you were saying something.
Yeah, it's because I feel like yesterday 2 days ago I was in a salon and there was a lady who was having very big boobs. I was almost telling her, oh, can I help you? Or can I give you an idea? Yeah. Because you could see she is suffering. She's having shoals on top and she just want to just dodge out and go, nobody to see that she's carrying very big boobs. Very bigger, they were bigger than mine. Yeah. Yes, I just felt like I just controlled myself. Yes, people are suffering.
Yeah, so I think we need not control ourselves by stopping ourselves from extending this much help.
Exactly.
What we need perhaps, Makena, now is forums that will help even women like Anastasia and Olga to know how to go about even spreading this message without sounding as if
you're being offensive.
Yeah, offensive.
Nosy.
Yes. Because there are those who will be instantly offended by you even just approaching and bringing it up.
Yes, because you can find somebody else who has told you I'm sick. Fagia kwako. Leave me alone.
Wewe umekuwa daktari sasa. In fact, if you tell any of your patients that you're not a doctor, they will they don't believe it.
But you see, sometimes just as you ask me where the drive comes from, it's out of passion. I'll tell you it's out of passion, ideally, because I'm an advocate of the High Court.
Yeah.
But sometimes I even, like the last time we're having the presidential petition, so my dad kept on calling me. I was like, Dad, you know me, I'm not a lawyer anymore. So he keeps on laughing. He's like, yeah, it's true. But it's something I took a back seat and decided, let me take a shot, because I've already finished my degree. But now it's been well over 8 years me being into it, and every day is a new experience for me that pulls me more into doing this work. You understand? So when you asked me what it was out of passion, and also there's a lot of adventure in doing whatever I do, meeting all types of women, seeing how people reason. There's so much into it. Like, somebody can tell you something and you go like, no, you just didn't say that. You understand? And there's somebody who'll come there breaking down, and I'm feeling from my end, honey, it's not the end of the world. There's something beyond this. So why don't we work towards a solution to you getting this burden off your chest? Then you move on to your next chapter. Like, you can even see some patients after surgery, they come and ask me, now why didn't I do it the first time I saw it? Don't you see, they have those doubts of kwenda ikawa. You see, ama let this one do, then I'll come and see how it is. Okay? There are also those doubting Thomases, which it's allowed. So then you see, when this patient comes, like, I even saw my friend so and so did it, and that yet you had even come before your friend. So others, I ask, what if your friend didn't do it? Would you still be in this cocoon of not having it done? So my parting shot will be, everything you always want is on the other side of fear. And I also said it in the other episode. Whatever you want, even if you want to get to Mount Kenya, you have to go through the strides. You will see there are snakes, but you see, you want to get to the peak. But once you get to the peak, you're so proud of yourself. You'll have overcome so many things. It's the same thing with this thing. There's fair enough, there's fear of the unknown. But what is it that you really want? Don't go into surgery with the mentality, a closed mentality of, oh, I'm going to die. Oh, is the doctor competent? Oh, is the what? There comes a time where you have to be the patient and let the people who are best trained to do with this thing handle you. Because today, if just as you come with, who is this, who is that, okay, let's leave the work for you to do for yourself. Of course, You can't give yourself anesthesia. You can't scrub. You can't operate. So that's why I'm saying you have to be in a mind frame where you have to trust the process. And also what you always want is on the other side of fear. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I will give you an opportunity finally to really speak to that person who is still in unknown waters. They have heard what you have said. They believe somehow, they are convinced that they need to make a step towards, finding a solution, but where do they start? So we'll come to that, but let me also give these ladies an opportunity to also, before I come to you.
Justus,
yes.
I think the best person to do it this time is Anastasia.
Oh.
She's just 2 weeks old. She's still new. She's fresh off the ban because mi nimeongelea mpaka mate inataka ikauke. So afadhali huyu kafresha kakamonoketu akuje tu aseme these are the steps she took and that is where she is today.
In fact, she is a walking testimony.
Thank you.
By virtue of being here 2 weeks after the surgery.
Yeah, I'm doing
and
everything.
You've covered quite some distance. You drive, you drove yourself
I drive myself, I cook,
She live a normal life.
Of course, I take care of it, of myself. But I am totally, very much okay, happy, emotionally
Stable.
I'm stable. Everything, I'm very good. And one thing I wanted to, that's why I did this. I wanted to say that we have very good surgeons here in Kenya. People, they doubt that they need to go abroad to do the surgeries. But here in Kenya, we have, my surgeon was very, very, very good. The best. She did a very recommendable job. Even after, the day after the surgery, I just said, this is 10 over 10. And my nurses, they are so good. I feel like I can own them. They were so good. They take care of you. They dress you very good. It was a very good experience.
Yeah. So give me your parting shots. I want to hear, what now that you find yourself in this new space, what does it really mean for you going forward? It's a new territory. I know you are trying to explore, even rediscover yourself.
Yes.
At least you've had 10 months to do so. You're only 2 weeks, so I might not really necessarily push you so much.
It sounds like 2 weeks, but to me it's a year. Yes.
What I can say is that when you come from surgery, to me, after all this, I felt a new person. I am in a place where I know how to say no. I'm in a place where I know how to say yes. At that moment, I could not say. I think I used to do a lot of favor to please people so people can accept me. True. Yes. That's how I used to feel. But now, I can say no, yes. I can go now to the bra shop. What's your number? 39.
Wow.
Bring it. You don't need to go and now start explaining. You don't have that. And you find that you walk your head high.
Yeah.
The time you used to walk all the time, you're like this.
Yes.
When you go to sit where people are, you sit like this.
Yeah.
You are just covered. And you are already protecting yourself.
Yeah.
You wear clothes which is oversized. And you don't feel your body. But now I can wear what I want to wear. I can go to the beach and do the bikini.
Yeah.
Without no apology.
So you were able to swim?
I'm able to swim.
Without
anything. And remember, before I could not go to the gym. I could not skip the rope. I could not go to the swimming pool, especially even to look for a bikini. There's nothing can suit you.
Yeah, you forget about it.
There's some people remain this side. Now I can go in the shop and put on and just, you feel in the place that you can wear even a bra with a short in estate. And no one will ask you any question.
Exactly.
And you'll walk. Because now you have gained your confidence. You feel your body, you're feeling nice in that body now. That's what I'm feeling now. And I know she will be feeling that soon.
Yes.
Or start with
I'm already
I'm
already on it. I just came back like I never
you can never left.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll advise any lady or any gentleman who is outside there, do it. Just go do it. It's one of the best decisions you'll make in your life.
Yes.
If you're able, speak about it, do it.
Wow. Anastasia, do you feel like you wish you started, you had this experience way back.
Yes, yes. I wish I did it before, way back, because the 2 weeks, I can tell you how happy I have been. I've been happy, so happy. Yes. These are the moments of my life.
Amen.
Yes.
And your sleeping pattern changes.
Yeah.
Your sleeping pattern changes because most of the time when you find that you struggle is at night. You sometimes lose breathing, and you have to arrange. You are 3. You have to arrange yourself when sleeping. Now you can go and just sleep.
Even when walking. Even when they know me. I need to arrange my bra. I need to.
Yes.
And you need to.
And sometimes if you are going home.
Here I am.
Yes. Sometimes you are going home and the matatu bump on the pump and maybe I wanna feel.
Is it a talker?
Like because you cannot talk to someone, you are just like, okay.
Just ni nyamaza.
Yani mlikuwa mnapitia hizo vitu mnanyamaza tu.
Sana.
You're going through stuff.
Yes. A lot. Yeah.
Who did you share the news first with, or who saw you first, apart from Makena, of course, in your family? Who saw you first after you came from surgery, and what was their reaction?
My daughter. My daughter, she's 17. She saw me on camera when I was in hospital. Yeah. I think it was the same day after surgery, at around midnight. She called me and she told me, "Mom, can you just send me a photo?" I said, "I cannot send you a photo." But then I found my nurse and she took a photo and I sent to her, and immediately she called me on a video call. She was so happy. She was screaming even until today. She said, "Yaki, Mom, you look so much younger. You're so young. You're so young." Oh my God, yeah. I felt so happy inside me. I felt an unexplainable feeling. I cannot explain it because when you get a first child, or when you get a child, when you look at the child, you feel like another joy that you cannot even explain what is it, because you cannot say I love him. You cannot say anything because you just feel another thing that you cannot explain. That is the feeling I felt when my daughter told me, "Hi, Mom." Even now, when I take photos every day, every single day, while cooking, when walking, when yes, and then my daughter, I sent to my daughter. Because she's on her teenage, so she understands what the struggle can be. When I'm cutting onions or we're in the kitchen and then she's coming and joking, "Mama, wacha nikubebe kidogo." Hizi zinakuchokesha, and she will carry and say, "Mama, wacha nikubebe moja." Yes, yeah, it's a struggle that we have been going through.
Makena, you are a gem, you know.
Yes. Yeah, we can say that we thank God for her.
Yes.
She's a God-sent angel.
Yes.
She has really helped many people. Actually, many may not know what she goes through. It's a lot. Sometimes she sleep with the patients, working on them.
Yeah.
And actually, people don't know about that. People, maybe they just see the picture and they say, "That's Makena." Yeah. But there's a lot she goes through. She can be in her house like 2 or 3 hours for 2 days.
Yes.
Because she's out there looking at these women, helping these women.
Sign out, Makena. Now this is your show. I think tutaongea mpaka kesho. There's so much to talk about, but we sasa maliza kipindi pia.
Okay. Yes.
Where's your camera? It's there.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. So after so much, after being coerced for quite some time. Yes. So Justus, I want to thank you very much for even having us as your guests, and above everything else, even as we sit here, I want to thank the God Almighty. I mean, it's been 8 years of doing this. Without him, I'd be nowhere, you understand? And also for these ladies here seated today, I don't take it for granted, okay? And also for the ladies who are seated outside there in a cocoon or not knowing how to approach the situation, feel free, have an open mind to come in for this surgery. Knowledge, God says, the people will not perish because of lack of knowledge. And then there's this tier of women that I will warn on Justus's show today. If you have never been in those shoes, you have no right to go and discourage somebody else who is suffering from gigantomastia. That one, I'm sorry to be
No. You are in order.
Yeah, to be very outgoing, but stop this thing of your friend has come to share you whatever they're going through in confidence. Yet you're the first person of, what if you die? You're okay. You are a jealous friend. And I will tell you today, you are not a friend. You're somebody who is so jealous that your friend wants to progress. You should hold this person's hand and you're like, is this what you want to go for? Let's go. Let's start. Let's start the journey and see where it's going through. I think, and that thing has been in my heart for quite some time because I see it a lot. And women were our own worst enemies. Sorry to say that. But when somebody else is shining, help them go up the ladder and grow together. Today it's me, tomorrow it's you. Yes. Yeah.
Si show imeisha.
Show imedai, mekala.
This is what I've had to endure for the last I don't know how many hours in the name of recording an episode. But honestly, we've had such a good time here, just sharing, deep from our hearts. Thank you so much once again, and thank you for watching. See you again next time.
Thank you.